I would contend that the laws, and this is related to what we talked about last week with Lot's, when I mentioned in class Lot's daughters getting him intoxicated and then having sons with him. And this person is commenting on that. It says, I would contend that the laws of incest were not in effect at the time of Lot. In fact, they came 500 years later at Sinai for the purpose of preventing genetic mutations being concentrated in children and so forth. We increase every generation, which increase every generation after the perfect couple was created. Right, so mutations increase, and then if we have inbreeding, we get problems. Lot was only 21 generations from creation. Half of those were prior to the flood. In the very beginning, incest was in fact necessary to be fruitful and multiply. I don't see Lot's daughters as being evil. Even Abraham married his own sister, and Lot was only one generation further down genetic corruption than Abraham. Could you please address the view that Lot's daughters were in fact evil? I'm missing something. So I've never said they were evil. I said what they did was an act of sin or is evil. It has nothing to do with genetic mutations or incest. What it has to do with is twofold. There's a distinct difference between siblings or even close relatives and parent-child relationships. Parent-child relationships are on a different order, and typically I don't see any examples in Scripture where parent-child marriages happened. It just didn't happen. Even early on, we don't see any examples of that. Also, if you look at the incest that would happen at the time of Adam, the brothers and sisters that would have had to marry, when you live 900 years and they still have normal maturation, a child is adult, capable of getting married and having children at the age of, let's say, 18 to 20. It could even be earlier, but let's say 18 to 20. Okay, and if you live 900 years, so different sibs can grow up together and move off and come back, and they come back at 80, and they have some sibs that are 40 and they haven't even met yet, so they don't have the same psychodynamic problems of being raised together as brothers and sisters even. So if we're looking just at the genetic mutation question, that's correct. This question also, though, shows another problem in processing. The genetic mutation question is a legitimate concern, but it doesn't actually apply to the question of Lot and his daughters. And to apply it there could make one justify an action because, well, we're not that far down, we're not really worried yet. You're right. That's why it doesn't apply here. The other element that does apply here, though, is the methodology. And the methodology was one of deception. And it was basically they roofied their dad and raped him. Okay? And that is the problem here. They did not get informed consent. He was not a willing participant. It wasn't an act of mutual love and affection and giving of each other. It was an act of exploitation of another person. And exploitation of another person is evil. So I'm not going to suggest that they were evil human beings, but they did an act that was evil. And so that's my view of it.